It's going to happen. Quickly. Hey family, let me speak to the person who's been faithful, praying, showing up, holding on, and wondering, God, when? You've believed for that healing, that relationship, that breakthrough. You've stayed strong even when life said, it's not happening. But heaven is whispering tonight.
I am the Lord. When the time comes, I will do it quickly. Isaiah 60:22.
You may not see it yet, but the timeline of God isn't measured by your clock. There are moments, divine, appointed, sudden moments, when God doesn't just answer, He accelerates. When it feels like nothing's moving. Maybe you've been in a season that feels like waiting forever. The job doors aren't opening. The healing hasn't come. The dream looks like it's fading. And everything in you wants to give up. Or at least lower your expectations. But friend, the absence of movement is not the absence of God. Behind the scenes, He's aligning pieces you can't see, preparing people you haven't met, and setting a moment you couldn't plan. And when that moment comes, it won't be slow. It will be sudden. It will be unmistakable. It will be God. When the Red Sea moved fast. You remember Moses and the Israelites, right? They just escaped slavery, standing at the edge of the Red Sea with Pharaoh's army chasing from behind. In human terms, that was the end of the story. But God said, "Hold up your staff." And the waters didn't gradually drain away. They split instantly. Psalm 114 says, "The sea saw them coming and hurried out of their way." That's how fast God can work. 1 second you're surrounded, the next you're walking through dry ground. One day you're overwhelmed, the next you're standing in freedom saying, "Only God could have done that." When it's your time, the obstacles that looked permanent will hurry out of your way. Addiction, gone. Depression, lifted. Debt, wiped out. Because when God says now, everything changes. I've seen it happen in real life. A young woman named Sarah had been praying for years to find a job that aligned with her purpose. Every interview felt like rejection. Every "we'll call you back" went nowhere. Then one Friday, she received a random email from a company she hadn't even applied to. They'd found her old resume online. By Monday, she had a new job offer with better pay and peace she couldn't explain.
Sarah told me, it felt like nothing was moving for years, and then God flipped the switch overnight.
That's how He works. He's not slow, He's strategic. And when the time comes, He doesn't roll it out, He rushes it in. In 2 Kings 7, 4 lepers walked toward an enemy camp during a famine. They didn't have strength, weapons, or a plan. But as they walked, God amplified their footsteps, so loud that the enemy army panicked and ran away, leaving food, supplies, and victory behind. Sometimes your "just keep walking" is louder than you realize. Your obedience is echoing in the spiritual realm. God is magnifying your faith walk, causing your enemies to hear footsteps they can't explain. While you're doing your part, God is doing His, multiplying your small steps into a victory you couldn't produce on your own. Here's what I've learned. God doesn't need decades to do what He can do in a day. He can turn sickness into strength, loss into legacy, heartbreak into healing. Instantly. Joseph spent 13 years in betrayal, injustice, and prison. But in one afternoon, Pharaoh called for him, and he went from prisoner to prime minister. No campaigns, no resumes, just favor. It may look like nothing's happening for you right now, but when your name comes up in heaven's agenda, it's going to happen quickly. Maybe you've been praying for something that still looks impossible. Your timeline says late, but God's timeline says right on time. So instead of saying, "I don't see it yet," "God, I know you're hastening your word. Thank you for a quick work." Thank Him before you see the sea part. Thank Him while you're still surrounded. Because faith doesn't wait for proof. It creates the moment. A man from our community had a severe stroke. Doctors said he'd never raise his arm again.
I decided to thank God for healing. Not someday, but now.
3 months later, he lifted his arm over his head.
We can't explain it.
You don't have to. God did a quick work.
The same God who split seas and shifted Pharaoh's heart still accelerates healing, still restores faster than medicine says, still rewrites the timeline of your story. Your declaration today. If you're waiting, I want you to start speaking this. God, I believe you're crossing over ahead of me. You're parting the waters before I get there. I thank you that what looks permanent is temporary, and it's about to happen quickly. Keep saying it until your spirit believes it. Keep declaring it until your environment starts to align with it. Because your words are invitations, and heaven responds to faith. Faith can accelerate time. You may feel like you're behind schedule, but you're not late. You're being positioned for acceleration. The same God who turns midnight into morning is about to turn waiting into winning. And when it happens, it won't be slow. It won't be subtle. It'll be a sudden breakthrough, a rapid turnaround, a quick victory. God is not done with your story. He's just switching it into fast forward. So lift your head, strengthen your faith, and get ready for the sound of footsteps in your favor. Because when faith moves, it moves fast. And when God says now, every Red Sea, every enemy, every obstacle will hurry out of your way. If you believe it's about to happen quickly, can you type amen?